and welcome back to Meal Kit Reviews. Right, what I've got here for you today is the 511 5-in-1 jacket. Right, now a couple of things I want to say about this jacket to start off with. Right, number one, we've had a pretty rough winter. Right, got this because it seemed a good all-rounder. Right, and it certainly proved to be just that. Right, in the cold weather it's incredibly warm. Right, a lot of the days I've gone out and I've just literally worn a t-shirt underneath this. That's enough gassing about that. Let's just have a good close look at the jacket. Right, it's made of a waterproof breathable outer, right, with a polyester fleece liner. Right, pockets, well, if you're anything like me, you want pockets, you need pockets, it's covered in them. Right, we're going to have a work from top to bottom with this. We've got two very cavernous, goes right the way round to the side seam here. Right, pockets, right, you've got the loop side velcro in there, which makes it completely backup belt system compatible. Right, we've got the same again on this side, right the way round, and it's loop lined right the way underneath the armpit. Right, on the top here, we've got the hidden pockets with the ID panels inside. Right, like I've said before, right, if you own more than one 511 jacket with these ID panels, right, if you want to get badges sewn to them or silk screened, right, you only really need to do one set because they're completely interchangeable. Right, we've got the same on the other side here. Right, and we've got a big one runs across the back. We'll go into that in a second. Got two zip-up hand warmer pockets down here. They're big. They really are big. I can get loads in those. Right, and above all else, they are hand warmer pockets. They're incredibly warm, right, which is rather nice. Right, working our way down the front, we've got prim snaps. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of them. Right, prim snaps, they're fantastic. Right, when they do up, they just don't come undone until you want them to come undone. They're great. Right, let's undo these. Right, we'll move on to the inside pockets. We've got one on this side, right, which is just a normal standard fleecy lined inside pocket. Your sunglasses will be quite safe in there. Right, we've got nothing on this side. Right, mind you don't really need it with all of these. On the sleeves, we've got two sleeve pockets. Right, they're big enough to keep your car keys in. Love these. That's where the car keys sit when I'm wearing this jacket. Got another one on this side. It's the same size. Right, so anything you've got that you need to carry with you, right, you need to keep it handy, that's the place to pop them. We've also got another pocket on the back here. Excuse me. Right, it's easily accessible. It's big. It goes, I'm going to say, right the way across the back. I normally keep my gloves in there. Right, at the end of the day, it just keeps them nice out of the way, keeps your hand warmer pockets nice and free for other bits that you're carrying. Right, now, on the sleeves, got Velcro adjustable, right, with elastic, and believe me, they work. But I never need to change these. They come straight out of the packaging, put them on, they just seem to be right for me. Right, if you do need to change them, there's plenty of versatility there. Right, what else have we got on the outer? Oh, mustn't forget the hood. Right, the hood on this, I'll show you a bit more in a minute when I've taken it off. What I really love about the hood on this is the fact that not only is it detachable, and I mean completely detachable, right, you can also roll it up and store it inside the collar. Big thumbs up from me on that one, 511. I love that idea. Right, you know, it's just a convenient and easy, handy place to keep it. Right, and above all else, you can soon deploy the hood. Right, even if you're wearing the jacket, there's none of this take it off, have to zip it on. There's none of that. Right, it's already there. It's done. It's dusted. Right, when you zip this up, the collar zips right the way up. And there it is, excuse my grey beard, right, but it's right up. You pull the hood up, right, it's all in nice and tight. Right, you've got a double-ended zip there, so if you do need to, I've never needed to do this, but you can unzip it from the bottom. We'll leave this done up for a second. Right, sidearm access. Right, I might need to just move the camera a little bit for that. Excuse me. Right, undo the zipper. Right, now, the thing is this, because we've got a zip fleece in this, you may need, if you was carrying a sidearm, to actually make sure that you've left the inner fleece undone. Right, and it's just the outer fleece, that's the outer covering, sorry, that you're dealing with. Okay, but I mean, you can leave this partially undone and just do the snap up, right? I mean, it's entirely your choice. Right, You've got the same again on the other side, so if you're like me, if you're a southpaw, right, then it's easily sorted. Right, let's bring that camera back up. It's got an elasticated waist on this jacket, right, it works well, it's tight enough for me, right, I think it's adjustable. I've never needed to adjust this, right, but it probably is. Right, I'm just having a feel around here. Right, no, maybe it's not, but it's perfect. It's been no wind blowing up this at all. Right, let's just take this outer shell off. You've got, I'll show you these in more detail in a second. You've got 3 poppers that you've got one up each sleeve. Isn't it amazing? Right, whenever I've done this before, they've just gone pop. And now, because I've got this camera rolling, it's a little bit more fiddly. There's one. Let's get that out. Got another one there. Please let this one be easy. Which it is. Right, and then we've got another one at the back of your neck. This one's ever so simple. Right, once we've got those undone, we can then undo the main zip, and then we unzip the fleece liner. Excuse me. Now the great thing about this is, I'm just going to do that fleece up. Right, you've got nice long zip pulls on these. I love these, right? I mean, they're really great, especially if you're wearing gloves. Right, if you're just going to wear the outer shell as a rain jacket, 511 haven't forgotten the inside pockets in here. So you've got one there that's quite a size. You've got another one over here, which is a zip closure. The other good thing about these, if you're wearing the combination of the fleece and the outer, you need to carry things covertly, you can in fact zip things inside here, or you've also got, I'll go into these a bit more, you pop things in the chest pockets, zip it all together, and then it's out of sight. People go for your inside pocket, there's nothing in there. What they don't realise, you've got pockets in between the 2 layers. Right, now I'm going to take the outer off, and while we've got it off here, let's show you the hood. It's a big hood. Right, the glorious thing about it is it's got a volume adjuster on the back, but I've needed to take this in a little bit, not a lot, but there you go, I've got a head like a medicine ball. Right, there's your zip, so you can completely remove it, and if you want to, right, you can just roll it up, tuck it up inside here, right, and you've got prim snaps again. It's covered in them, right, they're all prim snaps. Right, you've got those where you can attach to the top of the jacket, right, and that just keeps it nicely secured. Right, on the back we've got a nice big patch panel. Right, it's just like the front end ones I showed you, but bigger. Right, I don't know, I've got to say this, right, this jacket came with Velcro already stitched to it. I don't know if they always come like that. The reason I say it, I've got 2 Sabre jackets, right, and a chameleon, right, and at the end of the day, that's the chameleon jacket, not the lizard, right, at the end of the day, they didn't come with Velcro on them, right, I put that on myself, right, but this came with them. Now I don't know whether that's normal, right, or not with this jacket. I mean, if it's important to you, then it's worth asking. Right, like the front ones, Velcro detachable, so if you want to have them silk screened, right, or sent off to have badges stitched to it by a seamstress, it's easily done. Also helps where you can, like I said earlier on, you can actually interchange the jacket, interchange the panels, right, from one jacket to another. Right, in case I didn't mention it, I will mention it again. Right, you've got YKK zippers all over these jackets, right, and the bags. I've not come across a 511 garment yet that hasn't got YKK, but let's move on to the fleece, because this is very, very interesting. Like you had a sneak preview of before, again we've got these big cavernous pockets, and you can see how big they are. Loop lined, Velcro loop lined, right, backup belt system compatible again, where you got that on both sides, right, which is really whiffy. Right, you've already seen the inside pocket, right, on the fleece. Right, elasticated cuffs. Right, it's an incredibly warm fleece. I've worn this many times on its own. Right, never ever had a problem with it. Right, it's lined, which I'm gonna say is windproof. I've not had wind come through this at all. Right, so, you know, I mean, at the end of the day, I'm quite satisfied to say that this is windproof. I know that 511's description says wind resistant. It's probably just being careful, but I've not had a problem with it. Right, what else we got? Now, this is the interesting bit. Excuse me, because I do have fun with this. It's not the jacket, it's me. Right, excuse me. Right, the zips. No, they don't. The sleeves even unzip. It amazes me, my son can do this. Well, I think he must be double jointed or whatever, but your sleeves come off. I'm going to do this one sleeve on and one sleeve off for you. Right, now you can actually use this as just a fleece waistcoat. Right, you can even attach the waistcoat to the inside of the outer, which at the end of the day is giving you the best of both worlds. Perhaps it's not that warm that you need to have, right, the waistcoat, have the sleeves in. Lots of versatility. This is why it's called the 5-in-1. Again, nice high collar on this if you want to zip it right up. Right, works incredibly well. Very, very impressed with this jacket. Washes well, like everything. I won't review it until it's been through the wash. Washes perfectly alright. Didn't land up my wife screaming at me. She was, in fact, quite impressed with the way that it washed. Right, and I've got to say, right, for her to say that, right, is something. I normally get moaned at for something. Not a lot more I can say about it. If you've got any questions, right, please feel free to ask. Right, subscribe to the channel if you wouldn't mind. Right, that way you're going to pick up on emailing updates on new reviews, right, as and when they're published. One thing I will say, 511 will probably shoot me for saying this. With this jacket, you get double bubble. Right, 511 sell the Covert Fleece. Right, now the Covert Fleece is effectively this fleece jacket. Right, but I believe it doesn't have the removable sleeves. Right, now the thing is with this, and I'm not making a commercial about this, this is my personal review. Me being a bit of a tightwad, if you buy the 511 jacket, and you're also thinking about buying a Covert Fleece, you're actually getting the two together. Right, they are effectively, this is pretty much a Covert Fleece, right, but I don't believe that the Covert Fleece, if you buy that on its own, has the removable sleeves. Right, so, you know, I mean, if you think about it carefully, you're getting two jackets for the price of one. Okay, please, as I said before, any questions, please feel free to fire away. Right, leave me a message. Right, drop a comment on the review channel. Right, I check it very regularly. Right, so please bear with me. Right, if you're looking for answers, right, I'll try and find them for you. But thanks for watching. Bye bye.